ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' get my ways. Think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. To those days, I'ma treat you how you treat me. Do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it. Can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars driving fast. I never done this before. Get on out my problems. Let me run up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad. But I'm past that with a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap, that's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gonna make you.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Ready, yellow lady, Mike 54. What we got, what we got, what we got?
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
On second and 11 now. Breeze toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Looked like man coverage, able to read it there on the outside for the completion. That'll be something to track as the game goes along here.
It certainly will, and there's so many different ways that they will try to figure out whether they're in man or zone. Sometimes you'll run a guy in motion to see if someone runs with him. Other times you'll empty out the backfield, spread it out, and see if everyone comes out and matches up. In any event, anytime you see man coverage, you tell your guys you've got to win those matchups, because if you do, you'll get the football and probably for a nice game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's go. Hey, tight down. There you go. Check 1-3.
Cousins now. And he whips that one incomplete there. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Cousins again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
I got you, son.
5-9.
You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine.
Sammy.
On first down, Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking.
Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Ready? Yellow lady. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got you, son. I got you, son.
12.
Mike 5-4.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Breeze into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 7 yards there and a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Check 56. That's right, baby.
Gun.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Throwing his Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. Now Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That play was hard to see. One play goes wrong, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and very long when they had been in 2nd and inches.
Yeah, I know you like the idea of taking a shot on 2nd and inches, but you can't take a sack for that big of a loss.
That's the one thing you cannot do. They gave it up, and now they're way behind the chains. Good luck with this next play call.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike. I got one.
36.
55. Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go.
Gun.
Move. Mike's 56.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to Robinson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And Robinson with a big catch. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. And the Vikings
First down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now 2nd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. They're going to try the jet sweep. Robinson with it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Cousins pass. Incomplete. Out of the end zone. It's 3rd down and
13. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. That's exactly what happened on that play.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Murray. And able able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll run now with Gaskin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. All right, here we go. Let's go,
Bree's going to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check Sammy. 54. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Watch twins.
Into the red zone. It's Breeze. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, his second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Go!
They'll run with Boone here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy that's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
51, Mike 51.
Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 13. Check 13.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. This is caught. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Cousins on the keeper. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down. Boom. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Cousins to throw it this time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. And his kick is indeed good, and that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
21.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
That QB's trash. Let's go. Easy, opposite.
Now Breeze. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Watch the run.
Breeze to throw again. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Breeze now on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it'll be second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Kill.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Lutz is good. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Cousins now. Flush to his right. It's complete to Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll go with Boone. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Montgomery. His 4th touchdown on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half, too.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
You kill. Right there, 54, right there.
From the 27, Breeze. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
11. One set. Check, Mike, 54. Line return.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Hey, kill. 54's Mike. Check. Watch.
From the gun, it's Freeze. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murray. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
At the 28-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike, 54. Go on. Come on, D. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. I don't even know why he's not.
Throwing now is Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Lamb. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's hit.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Linval Joseph able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Cousins now from the 50. He finds Robinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 42.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Cousins. Robinson's got it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
56 is the mic.
Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Check 56.
On 2nd down now. Boom. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. I got it.
The toss play to Montgomery. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Saints 15.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them.
And this will be caught at the 30. And an alley to run. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Working out of the gun, Cousins dancing to his left and avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mark 22, Mark 22. And watch the leg.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st down, Minnesota.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st down, it's Montgomery. Demario Davis there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got one. Shoot. Watch the shit. 382, 50. Watch the shit.
To throw is Cousins. And he slings one that's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come.
Time to ground it out now with Murray. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 42.
Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6.
Let him know, let him know. 5-9.
Again, it's Breeze. And he finds Cook. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check, Mike 42. Push him back. Push him back.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Play action. Breeze. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion, beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
2nd and 6 at the Vikings' 19-yard line.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Right there.
Breeze now to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Breeze. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Gun.
Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Kill.
To throw, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Vikings on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Mike 56.
Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. You can tell. Well, they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Cousins on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Set. 95-56, 95-56. Watch the flag, watch the flag, watch the flag. Watch the flag, motion, pop.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. This is Gaskin on the carry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Here's Gaskin. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On the delay, this is Murray. And he'll go down at the 28. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
They go back to Murray on first down. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run from the shotgun with Murray. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready, double waiting.
A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for New Orleans,